My name is Nurnasya Ramadini, so I will present my project poetry, Analysis of Ozymandias by Percy Bysshe Shelley. So as you can see here, there is a poem. The title is Ozymandias by Percy Bysshe Shelley, 1818. So the first one is the genre of the poem. I think Ozymandias is classified as a sonnet, a poetic form characterized by a 14-like structure, although it meets the traditional line-like fragments. Shelley purposely breaks from conventional rhyme schemes such as those found in Shakespearean sonnets to reflect the poem's thematic focus on decay and fragility. So for the evidence, there is we can see the beginning at I met a traveler from an antique land, and concluding with search far away. But this structural modification serves a stylistic expression of the poem's content. Just as statue is described as a certain visage and a closer like, the poem rhyme scheme is purposely irregular. By breaking down the fixed boundaries of the sonnet form, Shelley illustrates that no human-made structure, be it a physical monument or literary convention, is safe from the power of time. So the second one is the tone of the poem. So the tone of the poem Ozymandias is marked by irony. So Shelley used a skeptical tone that criticized the arrogance of absolute power. The evidence is, we can see there is a unwrinkled lip and sneer of cold command, as well as their inscription, "My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty, and disappear." So there's the main character, arrogance. The poet used the phrase sneer of cold command to immediately create a clear distance between the narrator and the subject, describing the king as a tyrant rather than a respected figure. So this is a comparison between the king's arrogant command and the reality that nothing remains beside him. The tone serves to temper the king's arrogance, highlighting that his effort to achieve immortality through works have led to total ambiguity. So the last one is the poem based on historical approach. I choose a historical approach because that might be called a dual historical perspective, that is consideration of both the period described and the period in which the poet lived. So there's a 3 point here: historical background. So the poem refers to an antique land, specifically the Egyptian pharaoh Ramses II, known to the Greeks as Ozymandias. So historically, this monarch ordered the build of massive monument to secure his legacy and absolute power. So the evidence here is a pedestal and shattered visage symbolize the physical reality of this historical effort. So the second one is current relevance. When Shelley wrote this work in the early 19th century, Europe was recovering from the collapse of Napoleon Bonaparte Empire, and the United Kingdom was ruled by authoritarian King George III. By raising the reins of an ancient tyrant, Shelley offers a commentary on the leaders of his own time. The historical lesson is universal. Political power is temporary, and the arrogance of the mighty will in the end be taken over by nature and the passage of time. So the last one is the permanence of art. Finally, the poem implies that even as empires fall, the artist's ability to capture the passion of a subject, even a tyrant, ensures that the truth of human history survives, even when the power that provokes that passion has long since disappeared. So this is my analysis. Thank you.